you may think that, well, is this something like you have already seen because we are at the Mimaki booth? No, this is not the same interview. It's actually with a guy called Mark. And Mark, you have promised to show us, first we start with a painting, right? But before we do that, why don't you just introduce yourself a little bit? Who are you? What do you do?
Okay, thank you, Morten. I'm Mark Sollman, a product manager EMEA at Mimaki Europe, and responsible for the products and the introduction of all the products. And I would like to guide you a little bit through our concept. And our concept is that not only showing the machines, but especially what you can do with the machines, and also focus on what the customers are doing with the machines.
Yeah, when I saw with your colleague the other day, when I see what I like about your booth, I said that also in the previous interview, was basically that you see, when you see what you can do with the technology available today, it's mind-blowing, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you can print on literally everything, and I think your colleague said it's just a matter of imagination, basically, right? But we are here with a very, very beautiful painting, and you wanted us to start here.
Yeah.
So why is this important to the booth?
We started with the application team and all the marketing team with this specific image, and we are working with the artist Nikki, and this is the base of our concept. So from this piece of art, we are printing on sublimation, the dresses are printed, the UV, solvent. So
when you look at a dress like her, then it's basically like a fraction, or is it
fraction
just
or a zoom from that painting, and that's why we. So let's have a look at the application side here, sure, inside.
Yeah.
So this is our customer gallery, and what
we have the bird there, of course, yeah.
And what we try to show here is what we can do with the machines.
Yeah.
And this will also open up for end users who are not really convinced to invest. Okay, I can also do this with the machines. So it's a win-win situation. And next to that, we will show what you can do with the machines, as it is sublimation or 3D printed technology.
But 3D printing, is that new to Mimaki or relatively new? Or?
Since a year or three, we are making 3D printers, full color 3D.
Okay. So this is basically comes out of the machine like this, or?
No.
Okay.
But let's walk a little bit later.
I was just too curious, I think, right?
It is based on the platform of UV technology. The only thing is that we are building in layers, and everything is surrounded with support material.
Ah, okay. And then you have to dust it off, kind of thing.
Yeah, and this can be easily washed off with water, and then you have the UV 3D. But if you look at the quality, it's just amazing.
It looks just really cool.
So this will open up a lot of new technologies and new applications.
Yeah. I mean, you had a bit smaller booth at FESPA in Amsterdam, right?
Yes, we have.
So when you carry the concept with you at exhibitions, it always starts with a painting, or
for now a painting, or with the artist, or the impression of what the application team can do.
Yeah.
But it's also good for us to work with artists and designers, because they have a totally different look and feel on products and application, and it will also open up our imagination and designs.
Sometimes they may not even think of it as a product, right?
Yeah, and they do not think sublimation needs to go on polyester or textile pigment on cotton. They just think about what is the end product.
And what I like about it is also supporting artists, right?
Yeah. So they're very happy with it, and hopefully we will for sure do this concept more and more.
And I like to see, and I want to learn more, but I mean, we're going to see some machinery in a moment, but I was just thinking, if you think of Mimaki as a supplier to market, it's a Japanese company, but you have a wide range of applications and products that you can basically support, right?
Mostly my story is that if you come to our showroom or to our booth, we have something for everybody, as it is for 3042 UV to 1.6 sublimation to roll solvent to 3.2 textile. I think if you come to our booth, we try to have a solution for everybody, and not only nice products, but also really innovative products.
Yeah, and I can't help thinking about, because one thing is that you see, I would about to say in quotation, the haute couture, but I mean, what is important is, of course, that you also is a supplier to the industry, where you basically deliver machines that are very, very capable of doing bread and butter business, so you can make all kinds of applications, right? Not just the fine thing here, right?
That's correct. And the more you see, not only from us but also from the competition, is that people are working that the machines needs to be uninterrupted printing.
Yeah,
so without human interference. So
Yeah.
we slightly go to automation and adding robotics
Yeah.
to our machines, and that's a really nice feature where this is really the future.
My background is in the commercial print, and I mean for a long time there's been also an automation route. Is that also when it comes to the software thing in the large format area that you work? Is that also more and more software and automation?
Yeah, that's correct. So what we did on our latest UV or industrial products is that we opened the machines so they are ready for integrate with MDL commands or other automations.
Okay, so the machines can then be integrated into whatever workflow you
robotics
have.
Or the competition with finishing or cutting machines, so they can work together.
Okay,
and that's
nice.
new in the industry, and I think this is a really trend for the future for everybody.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
see
have
some
a look,
more, right? Yeah. I mean, you have more to show, I'm sure, right?
So let's go to. So this is the UV. It makes a little bit noise because we are at the back side of the printer.
Should be okay.
So what we try to show again is diverse type of media. If it is mirror or wood, lenticular.
And that is printed, or?
Yeah, this is printed on mirror.
On mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
So you make the mirror first, and then basically, wow.
Yeah.
That looks
And
so
if
cool.
you look at this piece of art, this is printed on die bond, and we call it 2.5D. So this is a texture maker.
2.5D.
And this is 15 layers of UV ink.
Really? Okay. So that is where you also, when you have both 3D print and all the knowledge about UV print, basically you utilize that into technology that brings. Okay.
And it's good to see that you can, no matter what is the application,
So cool.
we can print on it.
Yeah.
So the biggest challenge for us is the imagination of the artist, of the designer.
And how difficult is it to sell? I mean, I'm just thinking, if you look at a show like this, there's so many fantastic vendors here, right? What is the biggest challenge to get to market?
For us, it's two things. For us, it's if we look at UV, we have a diverse type of ink. We do not believe that one ink is capable to print on every
so that basically
application.
means, so you choose also the ink with the machine depending on what kind of application you need.
For example, we have a hard ink, which is better for plexiglass. We have a flexible ink for PVC and an ultra flexible ink for thermoforming. And next to that, this is our business model, is that we work closely with our partners, because we believe that everybody can sell a machine, but it needs to be up and running. And if you have some issues with it, we have immediately trained people in our business model who can help you.
Fantastic. And I mean, when you look at it, it's just stunning, right? I mean, I take also you spend a little time to make sure that it was perfect for FESPA.
Of course. Yeah. This is not the only printed piece. We have a few more in our showroom.
And the hat started red, right? But it is great because I mean it's almost kind of a museum perspective you have, because when you see that fantastic gallery you have there, it's just, I think it's very innovative and beautiful. So
thank you, Martin.
Hats off for you on that one.
This is especially what we try to create and what we try to have.
And I think it's great also because I mean, of course you come to FESPA to see machines. Yeah. But to get the inspiration for how to monetize from all the applications available is I think maybe it's something that the industry should be better at, because now we are promoting this to fellow printers, right? But all the people outside the halls should know what you can do, right?
And it's not only because we see, and also the competition, that it's kind of changing the market, not only for digital and sign, but we have a lot of customers with the strangest things from industry or.
So sometimes you're contacted by a customer saying that I have this crazy idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And this will open up if it is from 3D to UV or textile. So it's really nice to work in this industry.
You're obviously one of the gold sponsors here at FESPA, but I was just wondering, is Mimaki a huge company, or have you just been good at positioning yourself in a niche, or?
We are in the industry quite a huge company, and what makes the company very special is that, I tell this because I work for Mimaki, but what we do is mostly 90 or 95% of every machine is made by ourselves.
Yeah.
So we start with a piece of metal, and eventually we will finish the machine.
And of course that requires also a certain size, because I mean to have CNC machines and have plate folding machines and all that thing requires some volume.
We have a high precision company in Japan, and that is
Where in
amazing.
Japan are you located?
The main office is in Nanako.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have been in Japan many times, and we went to see another competitor, so I can tell the name. It was with Horizon doing binding machines, and it was great to get into the company and see how they manufacture rolls and how they do the bending and how everything works. And I think that sometimes to surprise, you see machines and it looks like, oh, this is a finished machine. But when you go to a factory, see how it's made, it's actually very industrial, right?
If you look at, if you think about that, in the whole industry, if you have a printhead and you have a nozzle and it needs to be fired, and sometimes you need to fire like 5,000 dots in a millisecond.
It's amazing.
It's an amazing technology.
Are you using your own printheads, or are you using OEMs, or?
We use OEM printheads, and we try to focus on what is the ink and what is the quality, what we like to show. So we have not only one printhead manufacturer.
You basically, when you decide for a segment in the market you want to address for what types of application, then you basically find the right set of components for it, of course. Yeah.
And what we then, and then the next step is that we are not using only the printheads, but we are also writing our own waveform. So the combination of the ink, machine and printhead. Yeah. And that's something which is also special in the market.
Yeah. So what do we see here?
This is our JFX 600. This is a UV flatbed machine. Table size is 2.5 by 1.3. And we can have a production speed of around 100 square meter an hour.
Nice.
So let's go to our latest technology.
Yeah.
Watch out for the people, Morten. It seems that it's more busy than yesterday today.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not school kids, you know. It's not school kids this year, right?
No. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So this is the new baby, or?
So to end up, we have newly introduced the 330 series, and this is based on a cross-platform technology. So for now we have a solvent printer, we have a solvent cutting and printer, and we have the textile printer based on this platform.
Okay, but is it 3 different machines, or is it all in one machine?
No, it's 3 different machines, but on the same platform.
Okay.
And the nice thing is that we have a newly designed printhead with 3 picoliter. It's the smallest dot size. So it's not that the machine only goes faster, but also the quality is getting better.
So both speed and quality. That's nice, right? Yeah.
And next to that, we have now integrated XY cutter, so it can finish directly.
Okay, finish directly. Yeah. And these type of hybrid machines where you have both cutter and printer in one thing, is that a growing demand for this machine? Because I mean, I've seen it from other manufacturers. It's been around for years. But is there a change also when we spoke about the automation level, and basically you get a finished product out of it, right?
It is listening to the customers that they would like to have, and it's merging the technologies in the industry.
I just need to see this, because there's actually, because this shows basically that you get like a finished product out of the machine, right?
Immediately.
Yeah, and super quality and very consistent in everything, right? Yeah. So how difficult is it to make a machine like this? I know that you're probably not as an engineer, but I mean, I was just thinking, is it like years that it takes into development of a new machine, or?
Mostly it will take a year of 2.5, 3, depending on the platform. But that's also something which we do. If we have the cross-platform technology, we can also use parts from other machines.
Of course, yeah. And is this platform, is that replacing something, or is it adding something?
This is adding, good question. Yeah. This is adding in, we are very successful with the 100 series. This is an entry-level machine which we have in solvent, sublimation and UV. And this is the next level for people who would like to have more production and a better workflow.
So working in sales makes you more busy now, right? Because now you need to sell to more customers,
yes.
Right? Yeah,
it is.
Constant pressure, right? But are things from a business perspective going well for Mimaki?
It is. it were difficult times, not only for Mimaki. I think it's for the whole industry.
I think you're right.
We have similar problems to get the items to the customer, but we are very happy with our partners that they were doing a lot of work to help everybody. But yeah, it was a struggle. But I think that the industry came back. I think it started last year at FESPA Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I think
you were there too, or?
Yes, yes, because it's our hometown.
Of course, you have to be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was our first show also in a long time. So we were actually filming from Mimaki, but it never got online because it was not live. So I don't know why it was not approved. I think it was a great interview we did. Can't remember with who, but that's another story, right? So yeah. But fantastic. Oh, and there you have. That is a 3D printer.
Yeah. Shall we end up with the 3D? So this is the 3D, and it's based on the platform of the UV flatbed. So I will open it up.
I'm just about to say that it reminds me about the Matrix.
So this is how it is created. So it is printed with support material around it. So think about if you start printing with a table and you are at the top surface.
Yeah.
If you do not have support material, it will fall down.
Yes. So that is to keep everything
aligned
until you're finished with it, basically.
And it's UV with LED curing.
Yeah.
And it is an ABS resin.
Okay.
So when you wash it off with water, then you have the finished part, and this is to see what is the inside like.
Okay. It's amazing to see, and things like this. I mean, I can tell you the first time I saw industrial scale 3D printing was in Dubai. This is a printing company. I call it a printing company because they refer to themselves as a printing company, and they were printing spare parts for F-16 fighters.
Really, they are.
And I was just at that point, you're thinking that okay, 3D print, where can it take? Where can it be taken? Can I touch this?
Yeah. So this is a combination of printing clear liquid, varnish, full color, and white.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it will open up a lot of markets like gaming industry, medical.
Yeah. But I was also thinking when I see this, I think that when you spoke about the 2.5D a moment ago, I mean, I think the R&D that you put into machines like this would also give you a lot of knowledge that you can use in some of your other areas where you have an installed base, and it must be very good for you.
Next to a lot of enthusiasm and headache to develop, also a lot of knowledge.
Did you buy yourself into this area, or is it something that has been?
No, it is something which we developed by ourselves, and it's based because we already could print like UV on a flatbed. So you knew, of course. So we knew how to build up the layers.
Yeah. And is this a machine that is on market now and is selling, or is it more for showing? Or?
No, this is selling since 1 year.
Oh, really? Okay. And how is the market for these type of products?
Developing. It is a lot of testing and finding the correct customers for it.
Yeah. I can imagine. Fantastic. I mean, it's people sometimes are jealous with me because I travel so much. I say, don't be jealous. What is more interesting for me is getting to learn. I have learned a lot from you today. So
thank you, Martin.
I appreciate your time.
Okay. Thank you for your time, and hope to see you next time.
I hope so too.
And come visit Mimaki. Yeah. We still have 1.5 days.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. I mean, wasn't this just great? Fabulous 3D printing, fantastic large format printing, and I really like the applications. I really like the integration of artistic work into the branding of Mimaki. So really great and great introduction, Mark. Super fine. Now we're going to Kornit to have a demo of some of their fantastic equipment. So let's move on.